Sanmanani guys, hi. We're back with another video. As per usual, my name is Pumeza, this is Mrobi, and we are the Mdabes. And welcome to our channel. So today we are going to be, before we start, please don't forget to subscribe and like and click on the notification button so that when we do post videos, you are the first one to know. And also to comment in the comment section, let us know what you think about the topics, what other topics you'd like for us to discuss and so forth. So today we are discussing something that has been requested a few times, so we're like, okay, so clearly we need to talk about this because it's something that keeps coming up. Can you guys please talk about this? Can you please talk about this? So today we are talking about having a blended family and raising children in a blended family. What is a blended family? Maybe somebody doesn't know. So a blended family is when your partner has kids from another relationship, or you have kids from another relationship, or you guys both have kids from another relationship, and when you guys get together and you get married, that's called a blended family because you have to blend everything so that it looks nice together. You know, it's a nice picture at the end of the painting, which is all the challenges that come with a blended family, which is all the, it comes with a lot of stuff. So we have a blended family. We've gone through this for a long time.
Very long
from
time.
The beginning actually of our relationship. So I think maybe you want to start somewhere and then we can take it from there.
No, you will start, but I'm excited, you know, that this came up, because you know it's not just a minor issue. It's quite a very important issue, you know, in a sense that it reminds us what marriage is, all of us as people, and it also really shows why abantu abadala bethi marriage, you know, is not for young people. You understand? Like it reminds you before you can get to marriage, mature. Because there's no way you can have a blended family if la awukho awuvuthwanga ngokomshado. Never forget it.
I think I'll start with I'll start at the beginning, which is if you are getting married or you're getting remarried, let's say maybe you were divorced and you found someone again, you know, and you want to get married, or you meet a partner who has kids and you have kids, it's important not to rush into the marriage if that's the case. Would you say you agree with me?
Yes, I do. Because then it gives you time to check on my behaviors. Because now you're not just getting married to that one person now. You're getting married now to two different people. So it's important to widen your scope a bit. You know, understand which I'm shutting now, you know. And then there's also this young one that I'm getting married to, or I'm married.
So it's important to give yourself time, get to know, you know, the kid or kids, you know, like have nice times together, but also have real times together, so that it's not like njalo makufike, you know, my boyfriend umnandi, and that's the only atmosphere that they know. You should be able to balance out everything. It's okay, even on a day where we are bored, we're chilling, you know, and you get to know the real person. Because if you're always going out with the kids and your new boyfriend or your new girlfriend, obviously the setup is nice. Obviously you're out, maybe you're going to a theme park, maybe you're going to a restaurant, the kids get to play on the jumping stuff there, and it's never really, you know, a place where you can feed each other for real, you know, so that your partner can also see it's okay, you pick up those little things, because obviously you'll have those little things which, okay, I don't like that, but it's fine, you know, I can sort that out, you know, at a later stage in Ganji. So you start thinking about those sort of things, ama habits that might come with that child, because phela unomunye umzali who is a biological parent, and also loyo mzali nayo has their way of bringing up their child. So that's also an issue. I think that's actually
Yeah,
a very real issue.
that's the one. Yeah, I think I'm happy with you. Uyibambile leya background yokuthi is very very important also to observe. You understand what am I up against here? You know, you check all the behaviors, social and all those things. But now let us go to a situation which I think is common, whereby you find yourself in marriage and kube kukhona nomntwana wangaphandle.
What do you mean find yourself?
Yeah, let's say you didn't have that time.
Oh,
let's say now you didn't have time to spend, you know, with
the child.
Okay. You understand that, and this will happen so quick, and then you find yourselves, you know, marriage, you know, together. You know, how do we handle those issues now? Yeah, I think if now we can start there, it's good to check prior, but if you can't, then I think how do you deal with it from now on? We understand.
Well, I think mhlambi where you would start then in that case is the parents. Starts with the parents sitting down and discussing how they want to bring up their kids. When I say their kids, I mean their kids, because now it's your child and it's his child and vice versa. So I think it's an important conversation to have.
Very much, yeah. I think also to add in the show, I think it starts ngokuthi if shadile thina sobabili and then kunomama walomntwana, you know. I think it's very very important what you've just said right now, ukuthi thina sobawu, let us sit down and decide how we're going to bring up these children. Okay? And bring up these children includes that mama or includes that baba.
Yes.
Do you understand? Tina Sobao too, let us be at peace. Ngokuthi now it's not just us, there's a third person, you know, inclusive in this person. So I'll say a third person because umntwana loyana is already inclusive to my family because umntwana wako or umntwana wami. We understand that, but kumele ngaso sonke isikhathi stability aware which there is that third person, you know, who might not be in favor ukuthi umntwana wakhe akhuliswe in this environment or in this house, or omunye uthole ukuthi they're good with it. So it starts with you guys who are planning this marriage or who are planning a future together, or which okay, there is that person. So let it not be a topic that is
an elephant in the room.
Yeah, an elephant, you know, in the room. You know, talk about it. Talk about it. You know, which okay, now there's that person. The most important thing, first step, is to try as much as we can to be civil with them. No matter how hard they're throwing those stones, but try by all means ukuthi clean. You know, because when you discuss with your partner, when you discuss that parent, you know, with your partner, then there will be questions asked. Okay, so how do you still feel anything? You know, behavior kinjani, umudi, how do you deal with them? Umntwana kamlethi on time, you know, for visits, or you know, uba ne-attitude when I buy stuff for umntwana and all those things, you know, so you would know then who you're dealing with. So it's very very important ukuthi nina noba uthu qala nidiscuss eqala ukuthi okay, so bakhulisa kanjani labantwana ngoba kukhona nobani, you know, so ubani how do we relate to yena, you know?
And I think on that point also kubalekile ukuthi as much as discussa leyo nto, but loyo muntu loyo who had a child with that person, or the parents, the child that belongs to the parent, the child's parent, has to have boundaries with that parent as well, with that person. It has to be clear, okay, this is what's happening now, I've moved on. Like he said, how do you feel about this person now? You know, so if those things are not addressed, then trust me, the child will be used to make your relationship worse, to make your relationship, a mess. So it's important that the partner that is bringing the child into the relationship has boundaries, has a way of communicating with their ex-partner, so that that part of the relationship doesn't come into your relationship. So I think for me that's what's helped, honestly, with this guy, because he knows how to set boundaries nicely, and everyone is respectful of everyone.
Yes, I think it's good that Sisi discussed it. It's very important ukuthi mina now we sit down and discuss. Since I avoid the topic of okay, now we've got an extra child to raise together. The child that I came with a relationship, or the child that you came with in a relationship, it starts there. You understand that? And then the second one is to make peace with that person, the ex.
Yes, that's very
Make sure you cleanse yourself of the ex. Make sure with the ex, ungaqhubeki na the process while you are still angry with the ex, or while you are still, maybe you still have feelings, or you've got something to prove. Yes, don't drag this in there. You've had your fair share, nahluleka no two, and that is over. You've had your fair share, you could fix it, and whatever the case might be, and it didn't work out, and that means it's over.
And this also applies to the other partner who is not involved in the situation. When I say the other partner, I mean if you have a role to play. Ekuthenini, whatever that happens between the three adults has nothing to do with the child. So don't punish the child because you are angry at your partner's ex, or you're angry at your partner. That's really, it really doesn't work, and it really won't work. Things will fall apart if you do that. So it also applies to the other person to say, be clear that, okay, these are two separate things. Yes, this is the parent's child, the child's parent, but it's two separate, because when the child is with you, they are not with their parent, and they are not their parent, and they were not part of the whole situation. So it's important to be as neutral as possible, and treat the child as a child, just as you treat your own child. So it applies vice versa.
It's not an easy thing, That's why being eating, this topic actually reminds us what marriage is. Ukuthi marriage akuyona abantwana abasebancane, into abantu abadala, people who are very, very mature, who can handle certain issues. Because first thing you need to understand ukuthi njengoba esho uMakampilo, umntwana, they didn't choose this life. You guys chose for that child. So kuyoba buhlungu kakhulu when you punish umntwana ngama mistakes enwenzile nina. We understand. So and also one thing I've seen even on the news and everywhere, that mommy, abantu sometimes they forget ukuthi umntwana uyakhula.
That's actually what I'm thinking now.
Abe ngangathi so. And when at that time you are powerless because now you're not growing any younger.
And umntwana uyazimela seka umuntu omdala.
Yep.
And the only memory they have of you is that you were that person who made them suffer, ubaphatha kabi, ubancisha ukudla, whatever that you're doing that you're not supposed to be doing. The child, it stays with the child. And when they are older, when they are supposed to be giving back to you as a parent, bakuphathe kahle, take care of you, they can't do that because they've got this thing, in their hearts where they're just like, yo,
because there are also benefits.
Yeah, there are
benefits. I mean, if one's umsebenzi omuhle, can you imagine like that baby maybe becomes a doctor or whatever? They'll always be grateful, because you never made them feel as if they're not part of this family. We understand that, it helps a lot. And another thing, maybe it could be slightly controversial. Another thing that helps as well, it's when, while you are still doing that, bese niba nomntwana together nina as partners. I'm not saying rush into that, but it helps a lot because now once there's someone new kulo mshado while in khuliswa, automatically that baby, that it makes this baby a brother yakhe or a sister yakhe lo. Do you understand? So
and the baby unifies everyone,
everyone.
because now automatically all the attention goes to this baby because it's the brother or the sister, like Ubaba Kampilo is saying. So obviously kids want the best for their sibling, especially when it's a baby. They want to take care of the baby, that develops a new relationship now, even with the step parents, to say, okay, now we have something in common together. Whatever happens, they have a sibling, so you are automatically now their mother, like for life. So I think
so ngicela ukuthi kuyibeka kanje ngithi umntwana we-X now use-secure kule family, because if we hurt umntwana we-X now, that means you are hurting the newborn, because they've got the same blood flowing. Noma esekhula, this one will always defend.
Yes.
You understand? And nalaba abanye abale emshadweni bazotswafa ukuhlupha umntwana we-X, because then they hurting their sibling.
Yes.
But I'm not saying rush into that. But one thing that I need us to get into is the actual challenges that
you go through
on everyday basis, and maybe some advices, that maybe we can suggest that and there, some that worked for us, ukuthi maybe starts njengoba sesishilo mampilo ukuthi train yourself to look at that child as a child. Just train yourself to look at that child as a child, or maybe as your child, because I emphasize it as your child, because so that you are able to discipline where it's necessary. Because it could go either or. It's either you can try and buy that child and make them favorites, at the expense of your own
child,
yes, or they could become an enemy of this family. So
it's a very thin line.
It's a very, very, very thin line, very challenging. That's exactly the point. It's very important to umbuke as your child, so that uzokwazi ukumtreat her exactly like your children. This sounds easy, but it's actually not. It's like going to gym. You must go train all the time. Like all these things, you prepare yourself, you practice. But I can assure you, which today will always be, tomorrow will always be better than today. So the more you keep on trying, the more, because remember, they are pure souls. So for some reason, economic energy is that will meet you halfway as well. You start noticing nice things because uzeguye nawe with a positive approach. You understand? So now they'll give that energy back. So you'll become buddies in a way. You understand? So if you can try and practice to do that, to umbuke as your child, and also make sure when you buy stuff for your kids, everyone must have balance. Everyone must have. So omunye angabi ne iPhone, omunye abe ne Motorola. So be that responsible as a parent. Because you see, those small things, abantwana they don't understand what parents go through, trying to raise, and they can't raise it. So make sure you don't create that gap. It's an iPhone, I can't do this, and man can't do it. Hurts. Okay, why am I always?
And if they're still young, it's a common thing for them to compete and want to be the same, or want to be like their sibling. So it's important for you as a parent, because now these kids, it's not your blood. It's important for you to now make it easier for them, or rather to make it a normal home where you'd imitate as if it's kids of the same parents, by just trying and normalizing the small things, so that the bigger things are not they don't break you apart as a family.
Prepared.
So if they all get the same thing, we all know it's okay. At a certain age, you get this. At a certain age, you get that. If they are the same age, there's certain. It's important to set rules also with your kids. So let's say you're a parent who's like, okay, my kids are only getting a phone at 15, right? So if they are not the same age, make that all of the kids understand that, okay, these are the rules, you know. Of course, I'll have a gadget or whatever, but when I get to a certain age, then I can have a phone. I'm just making an example. And also, it's important to normalize things like birthdays, Christmas, you know, all these things, that you include them there. Never do those things without them. If they can't be there, count them in. If you're buying presents, leave their present there so that they find it when they come back. Call them if they are not there on the day. But it's important to make them feel that they are part of the family, even if they can't be there or they have to be with their biological parent. To include them. If you're going on holiday, take them with you. If you are anything that you're doing as a family, try and include them, you know. Let it be that they know that, okay, I can't come because I was already going somewhere with my mom or my dad. But I know that when I get back, you know, I'll probably have something waiting for me. Or, you know, you call them on the day and you're like, oh, we miss you so much. You know, we wish you were here. You know, those things, kids need more love and affection than anything else. So if you show them that it doesn't matter how little or big that you have in terms of materials, but if you show them that you love them and that you care for them, then you've accomplished everything, because then they know that they have a home away from home, you know?
Yes, yes. And also, nasendlini, structure in a way that if abanye banama rooms, let them have their own room as well.
Balance everything.
Everything. So noma ngekho, maybe let's say uza ngama weekends kuphela, let your room lakhe be empty.
Yeah.
But they must have their own room.
And they must have their own toothbrush, their own stuff at home, because it's also their home. So if they have to bring their toothbrush, for example, every time they come to your house, they are visitors and they'll feel like they're visitors. If they have to have their own cream by every time they come to take their toiletry, they are visitors and they'll always feel like visitors, and therefore somehow they'll always behave differently or feel like they're not part of the family, and slowly but surely you're going to lose that child. So it's important for them to walk into your home, and it's at home, and they know it's okay. Okay, let me go to my room. You know, they go to their room, they come out whenever. You know, no special treatment like, oh, let me make you food. No. It's home for everyone. So go to the kitchen. If all the other kids do it for themselves, you can do it for yourself. Go to the kitchen, open the fridge, make food. You know, if there's chores in the house, everyone does chores. So everything needs to be balanced for everyone, so that, you know, there's no, like I'm saying, it eliminates the small things so that you can deal with the bigger things.
Yeah. Another one also, don't try and buy them. Don't buy love. But now let's say it happens qua X. Let's say your ex, maybe we am spoiler, you know, let's say maybe economically you're not at the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's say maybe X, maybe right, well off, and you guys maybe are, maybe let's say maybe I'm spoiler, you know, they buy them everything that you guys can afford maybe. Don't allow those things to come to this house. Everything ayithengelwa kubo ihlala kubo.
Yeah.
La ekhaya uzothengelwa eza la ekhaya.
Lokho kwala ekhaya, lokho kusesiaffordayo.
Yes, if unalo phone, iPhone that side, and abantwana bala endlini banama Motorola, he'll get an extra Motorola that he'll leave here. You know, so that ngaso sonke isikhathi akwazi ukunderstand ama dynamics aleli khaya and adapte kuleli khaya. Abe umntwana ogcwele kuleli khaya.
Yes.
Do you understand? Achome la achoma khona, but uyazi ukuthi uyochomela abangani bakhe kodwa uma sefika ekhaya
Kunendlela nomthetho kwenziwa ngayo.
yes, sonke siyalingana ekhaya.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's very, very important ukuthi like understand the logo. But bese kuba khona logo, that is very, very, very important. I know there are people who will explain it better. You know, about advanced izinto, but one thing just basic that I can advise is kakhulu osisi, is that no matter what you're going through nalo mntwana, uma usuyi-ex, don't take lo mntwana uyomupha ubaba wakhe just because ubaba wakhe mhlawumbe unomuzi or ushadile or ustable bese uthi hayi no hamba uyohlala nobaba wakho uzoyicomplicate impilo yomntwana. Ubaba noma kuthiwa umhlawulile umntwana, it doesn't mean ukuthi hayi ke manje ke hamba uyohlala kwababa wakho. Do not do that, uzocomplicate impilo yakhe. Find out ebantwini abadala ukuthi kwenzakalani, or rather if usufuna ahlale ngala full time, khuluma nabantu abadala ukuthi ongenani abamlobole. Njengathi thina abantu besintu ke uyandisena, I'm sure ungabuza around ukuthi izinto enjalo zenzeka kanjani, ufike lapha ufike umlobole, because lento is not far off ne-religion ye-Christianity. uNkulunkulu naye ngeke avuma ukuthi uma uthathe umntwana uyophisana ngaye, uNkulunkulu akublesse ngomntwana and then wena uhamba uyophisana ngaye, zingekho indlela zokuthi kukhulunyiswane kuvunyelwane. Ngoba naku wena uthi no ngiyahlupheka or I'm desperate, therefore lo mntwana akahambi ngiyomthrowa kubaba wakhe. Don't sell your children. Don't sell your children. Rather, if uyabona situation yakho ukuthi is bad, sit down nobaba womntwana and say, look mfethu, ngiyakubona ukuthi wena ugrand ngempilo yakho. You understand? Now I need a chance. Yabo, and manje ngiyabona ukuthi lo mntwana wethu uyasafara. Yabo, how about ukuthi ukhulume nefro yakho? You understand? Ukuthi nihlanganise imali ufike ekhaya kugogo wakhe nomkhulu wakhe kubaba nomama and buy this child. So that umntwana izinto zakhe zonke ihambe kahle ezikoleni na yonke lento, because izona zinto eziba ama-factor lothola ukuthi umntwana ume nomamakhe umntwana nje owild, noma efika la endlini ufika kahloniphi, akamameli, uyafeyila esikoleni, ungathi nabangani aba-wrong, nangapha umama uyahluleka naye. It's precisely because of that. We sell children, we take our own children and then sibanike babe responsibility abanye abantu.
Yeah, that thing really does affect indlela ingane behavior ngayo nezinto ezenzakalayo. It's a very important point. Let's talk about now when it comes to disciplining your child or your stepchild. I think in the beginning it's important not to be upfront with that. Rather, speak to your partner about the issues that you have with the child, and say, awazi ukukhuluma nami noma angithanda indlela ajumpa ngayo kusofa, or whatever that it is that is bothering you in the beginning, so that the child doesn't feel like, oh, you're here to take over my mom's place, or oh, you want to tell me what to do, because everyone is adjusting on it. So we need to take baby steps. So in the beginning, till the child is used to you and knows what type of a person you are, and knows, which buttons, and knows that, okay, once I press this button, I'm in trouble, But it takes time to get there. If you do it from the get-go, automatically the child is going to feel like I'm being ill-treated, or, she doesn't love me, or whatever the case. In the meantime, you're just, doing what you think is right. So I think it's important to approach your partner and say, yazi 1, 2, 3, then your partner goes and says, okay, let's have a discussion. Okay, we don't do this, we don't do this, we don't do that. And then obviously if the child still doesn't listen, then you get to another level until there's punishment or whatever that you guys, whatever way that you guys parent. But there needs to be that in the beginning until the child is used to you, and you can now say, hey, don't do that, and they don't take it personally, but they know that, okay, that this is just how my dad is or my mom is. And also I think the age plays a role in terms of at what age do you meet the kids, are you introduced to their lives? Because obviously a teenager won't be the same as a 2-year-old. Those are two totally different dynamics. Younger children can adapt better because they are still young, they're still learning their way about life, they still want just love and affection. So if you play with them and you watch cartoons with them, they are okay. A teenager is different. A teenager has gone through a bit of life. A teenager gets bored and sits in their room and does whatever, has an attitude, they're going through their hormonal stuff, maybe they're just tired of you telling them what to do as their parent. So now imagine coming into that as another parent. So I think in that case, I'll say that it's easier when they are younger, but if they are older, what would you say is the way to come into that situation? Let's say from like 12, 10, last
14,
yeah, 15, yeah.
Ayikho into edlula ama-meetings ekhaya. Ayikho into edlula ama-meetings, at that level, at that age, we all mature. We know now how to differentiate between wrong and right. We know the rules now, so ama-meetings, nothing should be hidden.
Yeah.
Because now, we are at a stage where now manipulation now plays a role. Ngifike ngadlala nobani wathi kimi wathina nizomthengela and mina I didn't buy. There's a whole lot of so ayikho into ekumele ifihlwe endlini. Uma sesikhuluma ke manje ngama teenagers, ayikho into efihlwayo ke manje endlini, sekwama meeting ke manje. Guys, aba upstairs, come down please. Hey, come. Hlalwe phansi ke. Mami, ubani said to me this morning. Nobody said to me this morning, Mommy, please explain. Please explain. Explain it. Let us defend us. The more you're teaching them that culture, benefits are there's accountability now. There's no gossiping now. We understand that there's better understanding, If there are any arguments, they happen in a controlled environment, whereby there are older people who are overlooking. You know what I mean? So it helps in that sense. Ama meetings ekhaya kumele ahlale khona. Kungafeel ukuthi no, but ngamtshena ngathi, because then it's gonna be your word against theirs. You understand? Mase fika ubaba bathi no, but umama uthenge mina. Ubuthi mami awethu mama ngizangisho lona. You understand? Sekuyimes ke lapho. Now it becomes confrontation. So ama meetings are very, very important. Nje umuntu ufanele uma kuthiwa nje meeting, nami umebizwa la endlini ngishawa uvalo ngithi I wonder if it's about me. Because that's what you do, a meeting. Ama meetings are very, very important. Most of the teenagers, I think ama meetings are extremely, extremely important.
Yeah. And also, that's the first one. I think the second one that's important is how you speak to your child about your partner.
Oh, yes.
Do you want to elaborate on that one?
Yes, that is very important. Let's say the child is mine. Ngifike nayo like in marriage. Obviously, you'll have time together. I mean, it's a car. Maybe ulungiselela ukupheka, uyachopha, and then they happen to be there, maybe washing dishes, and then they start talking stuff. It's very, very important to always remind your child, ukuthi this is your life that you've chosen. It is very important to remind your child, ukuthi you are happy where you are. You understand? I understand that he's over the moon. Yabo umenze nje ungamtsheni ngama ngezinto ezirong. Don't try and use them to win battles or ukuthi bakufilele sorry, because then you would have destroyed
and
that
they'll
marriage.
bite you in the end. Yeah.
Because they'll fight for you. They will fight for you and they'll never stop. We understand? So the best thing ukuthi understand is ukuthi, one, this is your life. Now they're still gonna live their lives. You understand? Regardless of their observations. They say or something happened. Regardless of that, that is not their baby.
It's not their business, and don't put them in your business.
No. Give them a fair chance in life. Ungenza mistakes and then you throw mistakes. So, and also emphasize ukuthi you are happy. You are happy. I guess maybe uzane point maybe valid. Athi mami yazi ubaba nje yazi ungithethisela into engekho ini. Those things are natural. Noma kuthiwa ingane zakho ziyakwenza lokho. I think umami awuthi manje ngikhulume nomami really indlela ubaba enze ngayo, or uthi ngikhulume nobaba indlela umama enze ngayo. You understand? address that issue, but you must always try and be on your partner's favor. Do you understand? I don't know if I'm making sense. Yeah. Not that you can say, yeah, hey, ngiyamazi umami sometimes, ubuya athi, but it's fine ngizokhuluma naye kodwa hawu mama uyamazi nje, ama concerns akhe kungabe ngathi yawa ignore, mlalele, but have something light to say. When ukuthi what is bothering them right now, by tomorrow it will be a different day.
And they also
you will go, uzodila naye wena silent.
Partner,
yeah. What I'm trying to say, I'm not saying what I'm trying to say ukuthi ungathi, what? Did he say that or did she say that? No, that is wrong. Let me go. No. Seriously, I'm showing the stress. Pela these days in Duana, like, hey, things have been, hey, I'm sure what I know, no. But it's fine, don't worry, we'll sort it out, I'll speak to you, don't worry. So how about that cup of coffee or whatever the case, and it's gone. When which I need to address this issue. I think it's very, very important. What are we trying to do here? We keep them as pure as possible. It is not our responsibility to program them negatively
and feed them poison.
Yes, we can program them positively, but always remember as well that you can't make choices for them.
Sorry guys, that's our neighbor in the bike. I'm sure you can hear that. Please excuse us. Yes. So it's not your, whatever you do, be very, very, very wary of what you're feeding your child and what you're putting into your child, because it plays a big role in how they act and how they turn out, and how it affects their future relationships as well. How you conduct it is the word I'm looking for. Plays a big role in how their judgment when they grow up and what they know to say. I can take this, or no, I can't take this, or no, this is abuse, or no, that's not abuse. So it starts with you as parents, how you do it in your house so that they have better relationships growing up. I think it's important also that in the environment that you do also spend time with your child, as much as you're balancing the space, but so that your child knows that you are still their pet. So sometimes they'll feel like, I'm sharing my dad or I'm sharing my mom and I want attention today or whatever. Give them that attention. Don't say, no, I can't be seen sitting alone with you. No, it's okay. Be their parent like you would be on any other day, but also obviously balance that out whenever, you are in the family environment. If you guys need to watch a movie, do it together. And if the other child also wants attention, hey, even better for you as a parent, to spend time with them, have your own bonding sessions, have your own relationship one-on-one with your child or your stepchild.
You almost forgot this one. When there are visitors or anyone from outside, try to avoid when you introduce people to always say, where, to always say, no, my stepchild, no.
Just say it's my child.
It's my child. When there are people, you treat them exactly the same. Because remember, they are your children.
Yeah.
You understand? So try and allow people to ask. And also don't really, go into details about it. Oh, no, that's my stepson, if it goes to that. But try by all means to avoid that.
Yeah.
In front of them. Try by all means to avoid it. It's not really necessary. And now your relationship, you don't owe anyone anything. Any explanation. You understand? The the idea here is to be one. It goes now by ages as well.
Yeah, it goes per age. Like we said, we were blessed because ours was still very young. So they were able to grow up together, and now they are literally
because of Umpilo is a unifier.
Yeah.
So they are forced to be together. They don't have a choice.
Yeah.
They don't
So
exist.
it's normal sister and brother. So there's no, we don't even notice such things as no, you are, no. It's all mommy, daddy. Everything is normal now. Obviously, we still have our challenges. As you grow in life, there'll always be challenges, no matter how old you are. But we've gone through the hard part. Now we are cruising now, and we hit those little speed bumps.
Enjoying life.
And
Enjoying life.
and hit those little speed bumps here and there, but at least we know how to take care of that. So it also depends on the ages as well. And also just be open, about maybe your partner is more experienced in terms of bringing up children, stuff like that. Be open also as a parent to say, okay, maybe now I need advice from my partner. Maybe you're going through a challenge with your child. Maybe they are, going through stuff. It's okay to talk about it and get advice or a point of view from your partner that, how do you deal with this as a parent?
I think what is important now, guys, Uti, don't allow ex to be part of your home.
Boundaries.
Don't allow your ex to be part of your home. You understand? Make sure ukuthi ex ihlala la ihleli khona nikhuluma ukuthi uyolanda umntwana, or you dropping off the child, or there's some emergency or some school stuff or whatever that you understand. Also try to be as civil as they come, but trust me, the best thing is to spend less time with your ex, so that you allow them space.
Be spending time anyway.
Yeah,
with your ex.
I just allow space. Allow them space. Life goes on. Again, guys, I will have to re-emphasize this, and I will do it on all these videos. Oguti, we are no means trying to say we know it all. This is just a conversation. What works for us might not work for you guys. So we are all, it's just a conversation. I mean, we are young people, it's feeling right in the end. We are learning from each other. Ningasho ukuthi bazenza my expects, no. That's not what we're trying to do. We are just chatting, siyaxoxisana. Uma une problem nawe, ungakhohlwa uqala nje subscribe, ulike, kune comment section lapha nizazi ukuthi hayi madoda ngiyanizwa kodwa hayi angizwa kahle lapha. Or hey guys, can you please discuss this topic? You understand? Do you have anything to say about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Trust me, like we did today with this one, we will address it.
Yeah. And I'm just going to close by saying, guys, if you are bringing up children, it doesn't matter if it's your child or not. Treat children with love and respect. Respect is not about age. Respect each other. Bring that child up, because when you are old and in your deathbed, everyone that's around you, you don't know, but you can guarantee that your kids will be there. So how you treat your kids actually guarantees if they will be there or not.
It's an investment.
Yeah. So it's important to remember, they are not standing still. And one day they will be adults, and whatever that happened in their childhood will come back to haunt you. So that's when you will reap what you have sown, and we know how that can turn out. So we all want in our old age to have our kids by our side. If something happens and you get sick, you want your kids to take care of you. You want to know that they're doing it sincerely from love, because they appreciate that you brought them up with love. So for you to get love, you must put in love as well. So that's what I'm going to say.
Yeah. No, Saifa. Thank you so much, guys, for your time.
Thank you, guys, for subscribing. If you've subscribed, we really appreciate it.
Yep.
And if you haven't subscribed, like he said, do subscribe. Do the right thing. Press the subscribe button, and we will be back with another video again next week, Sunday.